Hey there, comic book fans. I am back from the comic shop again this week. Pretty slow week, only 3 comics. And 2 of them I pulled off the shelf. Only 1 came out of my pull list. I did get a couple of freebie things. Let's see what we got here. Comic shop news. Post Americana. Don't know what that is. Bunker mentality. Okay. Writer-artist Steve Skroce answers the... Oh, I think I already put that one on my pull list. Because he... Steve Skroce, is he the guy who did Maestros? I think he was when I saw this was coming out. I think I put it on my pull list already. So, because I liked Maestros, I like his art a lot. So, there's issue 1 and 2 covers. So I know I put whatever his latest series is. This must be it. Yeah, Steve Skroce, Dave Stewart, Phonographics. So I'll be picking this one up. Pretty cool. Oh. Marie Javins, new editor-in-chief of DC Comics. Taskmaster. All sorts of fun stuff to look at in this one. Then the other, let's see, the other freebie thing we got is this. Oh, it's ripped. It's no longer in mint condition. This DC Comics, what is this? Oh, this is the future state checklist. I'll look at it. Probably won't get any of the future state stuff. And then, since I only had 3 comics, I got some current comic bags. I still got a 3/4 of a bag full over there, but it's best to think ahead and get some of these on the weeks when when I have it in the budget. So. Then what did I get? Let's see. Oh, first of all, I'll show you my comic bought only for its cover that was sitting on top of my printer this week. Which this is a fairly new one. Came out in 2017. Curse Words, Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. And I only picked up the first issue. It was okay. It was solid, but I ended up not collecting it. But I like that cover. So I put it in my bought only for its covers section, and then there it sits to be pulled out this week and have it in my top of my printer in the take a look at it section. Then, oh, I believe this is the last issue of The Boys, Dear Becky. I think it's only a 7-issue mini. I've been enjoying it. It's told in flashbacks. I think the Boys comic ended like 10 years ago now. I only read it this past fall or so, this past spring. I forget when I read it. Only recently did I read it all, but that's why this is the first time it's actually been on my pull list. But this would be really confusing if you hadn't read the first Boys series, but I'm enjoying it because it's all told in flashback. Huey's reading the Butcher's diary and telling the story of what happened before Huey even got in the Boys. So it's been fun stuff. Then I picked up a couple of picked up a first issue. I call this one Fake Spider-Man. They had 2 covers that looked exactly like... Oh, there's the other cover. I couldn't decide which cover I liked better. I ended up going with this one. I'm not quite sure why. I generally like the logos on the top, but I think this one was just a little bit stronger. But yeah, don't even know what it's about. Issue 1 of 5, AWA, Upshot, Carrie Andrews and Brian Reber. I know the name Carrie Andrews. I don't know where from. He did some Marvel stuff, didn't he? I don't even remember. But I definitely know the name. But it looks, teen Spider-Man-ish. Lots of goofy faces I notice as I look at the drawing, but it's drawn well. But I don't know if it's aimed at all ages or whatever. Teen, like what was that other one I got? The Unkindness of Ravens, which was really aimed more to teen book. This one may be too. I don't know. With only 1 book on my pull list, I looked for stuff to get. This was one of them. And the other thing I got was the latest issue of Spawn. The reason I picked this is it's still a $2.99 book, and I flipped it open and actually thought the artwork was okay. I often find Spawn artwork too dark and impenetrable. But this actually looks like, sort of normal comic book artwork, if you will. So I was like, you know what? I'll give an issue of Spawn. Every now and then I give an issue of Spawn an issue to read, and I always find it incomprehensible. I did, if you remember, pick up a few years ago the Eric Larson, Todd McFarlane Spawn that they did for like 6 issues. I enjoyed that. But we'll see. Like I said, I just picked it up. Cult of Omega Part 2. No reason, just slow week. Wanted something different. I said, you know what? I'll pick up an issue of Spawn and see how it is. Wow, I really went through everything. So we'll show you a little bit of artwork now. This is my latest drawing called F Train. And it's a woman. This is actually from a photograph I took on one of my street photos. I usually don't work with my own street photos in drawing, but I did for this one. You know, those giant eyes and horns weren't in the original photo, but it was interesting because I've been doing those marked women, painted ladies who have all the tribal tattoos all over them. So when it came to this one, I wasn't doing much of that. Just gave her a choker and a couple of things on her arm. So I had done all the drawing, and I didn't have all these lines in her shirt and shorts yet, and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I actually got those from Frank Cho for the last few years. Has been doing this old woodcut style, where he's using parallel lines in fabric, which I think is like I said, it comes from old woodcuts. And he does such a good job of it. I said, you know what? Let me try that. Let me try doing that technique on her shirt just to make it, because it just being white, that there wasn't enough folds and structure to it to be interesting. And I was like, and I ended up really liking the technique, and it's actually easier than I thought it would be. Having seen Frank Cho, he does it much better than me. He's a master of it. But having seen how complicated it looks in the end, it's actually fairly simple to do. You're just following the forms of the fabric with parallel lines, and they don't have to be perfect parallel lines, because that would make it even non-perfect parallel lines is actually better, because it makes it look more natural and organic. But there you go. That was called F Train, and I had fun doing it. I had fun with all the patterns and stuff like that, and I'm gonna have to try more of this old woodcut parallel lines clothing. All right, you guys have a good week out there.